firm in the Best of Indiana County contest, Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Jim Krenn, how are you?
I'm doing great, Todd. Thanks for having me on the show, brother.
I'm glad
I appreciate bringing back good memories, man. 24 years in morning radio. I'm listening to you, man. It's one of those things where you feel like you have the flu all the time, doesn't
it? Yeah, that people don't understand. The show starts at 6, but the show prep starts many hours before that.
Exactly. It's fun, though. It's fun.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
As long as you can keep it going. Veldorah, you've got Jim coming to the Indiana Theater, huh?
We do.
Yeah.
On February 17th, which is next Saturday.
That's one of probably a bunch of shows that you have coming up. Right?
We do. This week is really full. Tomorrow night we have a poetry open mic that's really popular with a lot of people. If you haven't been there, check it out. It's a free event. We hear some love poetry this month.
Love poetry?
Love poetry, yep.
Let's ask Jim, do you do love poetry by any means?
Actually, I close my act with love poetry. I think it's a signature. I can't wait to play this theater, by the way, and it's like a homecoming for me. Thought I graduated from IUP in 1983. I've been doing this for 40 years, so I have some great memories. Can't wait to get back up on Philadelphia Street. I remember my 21st birthday celebrating it at Al Patty's, and the guys carrying me around like the old movie Weekend at Bernie's. I was just carried from Al Patty's to Wolfendale to H.B. Culpepper's, whatever, and the places are still there. That's what's exciting.
Yeah, but you know what?
We'll be actually having Al Patty's at the show for Jim Krenn, so he'll have to reminisce some of your memories from Al Patty's when you're there.
Al Patty's at the show.
Yes.
I'll be leading the way at Al Patty's, I guarantee, before and after the show. And all the stories will be very unique. Stories I don't usually tell in my act because my entire college career was a comedy act, believe it or not. As my grades would show you. I graduated, though, by some miracle. I somehow graduated. But I do love the area. I love the people of Indiana, PA, and I had great memories at IUP, and what a beautiful area it is, isn't it? People don't know how beautiful that is. Philadelphia Street is awesome, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you been to it lately?
I haven't been there in about 8 years, so I've seen some updates, but that's the beauty of it. It looks it's like a Norman Rockwell painting, and they're going to go up there, man. It's just so cool. It's the coolest town, man, and it's only an hour, but 15 from Pittsburgh, which I love. You know, I grew up in Pittsburgh, and so IUP was just a great experience going to college here. It was 9 of the best years of my life.
You know what? 1983, you graduated from IUP. So did I. 1983.
Oh, man. We probably hang out at Wolfendale's, right?
I'm not guessing.
It was a time where I maybe got a C or C minus in a grade, but I knew the patterns of Donkey Kong.
Well, that's the most important part of an IUP education, or it was back then anyway.
Back then, yes. And it is a great university, so it really is. And the theater is so beautiful. It's an honor to play there, actually. As a performer, you know, I've been doing this for 40 years, and I have played everywhere and all over the country. And, you know, I play in L.A. like every 4 months or so. And there's nothing like a theater like in Indiana, PA. It's one of those community vibes. It's intimate. The acoustics are great. It's perfect for storytelling, perfect for my type of act, and I'll have definitely some unique, fun stories and some new impressions I'm working on for people. So a lot of new material and a lot of reminiscing going on.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about a show like this, and you in Indiana, that has to be a little bit, slightly, just a tiny bit different than, say, doing a show in L.A. or Chicago or someplace like that. Just slightly.
You're absolutely right. It's more intimate here. I don't know if it's because of the community feel, or the way, you know, people in Indiana are very warm, and I don't know if it's the community feel or the theater feel. It's a combination of things, but it is much more storytelling vibe, and more laid back at a place like Indiana. And that's why I love playing a theater like the Indiana Theater.
Well, take me back then to the early 80s at the Indiana Theater. Did you actually go to events there then? Do you really even remember?
I did. As a kid, I did go to the Indiana Theater. I frequented it. I didn't have a lot of time. I really had to study hard, believe it or not, to barely graduate. I did get my degree, but I did enjoy the theater there, and everything about that place is just quaint and wonderful.
Yeah, well, Veldorah, you put a lot into this building to make this happen.
We're really excited to be able to support things like Jim coming in and doing comedy. He'll be our first comedy act. But this Saturday we actually have a folk band coming in. Buffalo Rose is coming this Saturday at 7:30. And just like Jim was saying, it's a great space to hear a comedian. It's really intimate. It's really intimate for bands as well. So if you don't have tickets for that, that's this Saturday at 7:30.
Buffalo Rose.
Buffalo Rose.
What do they do?
They're Americana folk. They actually were part of, I believe it was Westlvania.
Oh,
Festival
yeah, the Westlvania
I
Jazz
believe it was.
Festival.
I'm sorry, no, NAF. It might have been NAF they were part of. But they've been here, and we asked them back.
So they're here Saturday?
They're here this Saturday at 7:30. And there's still tickets available for that.
Are you doing, is Sunday Silence this?
Sunday,
this month?
Silent Sunday, yes.
Silent movies?
Yes, and we're doing Charlie Chaplin City Lights.
Oh, cool.
This Sunday. And then we have Valentine's Day movies all week. We have a girls' night out on Tuesday. We have we're showing Bridesmaids, so you can come and get dinner and a movie at the theater. Wednesday we're doing An Affair to Remember on Valentine's Day, and then Thursday and Friday we're doing Princess Bride. So if you're a fan of Princess Bride, please come out. That's been one of our best.
I'm a big fan. I like to go to, and also Buffalo Rose. I had on my podcast, Jim Krenn, No Restrictions. They're one of the hottest bands to come out of Pittsburgh in years. They're really talented. I highly recommend anyone listening to check out that show.
So they've been on your podcast?
Yeah, Jim Krenn, No Restrictions, and also in the podcast with my friend Larry Richard. They were doing featured in South by Southwest Festival. They play all over the country, and they're really fantastic. You don't want to miss that show.
Man, that's Saturday. Well, this is good.
You don't want to miss the 17th either, too. Go to both shows.
Well, not many people remember your days as a romantic man, leading man type in the movies either. So maybe you'll show up in one of these films next week too, huh?
Yeah, yes, long gone. Actually, I have a film coming. Well, I shouldn't say film. I'm not a feature, a small role in a couple of movies, Unsinkable and The Great One. I've been getting into acting lately. Really small roles, but it's a new venture for me. Always trying to reinvent. So maybe one day, maybe next year, the movie Unsinkable will be there. Who knows? We'll see.
We are actually in talks. I'm friends with someone who worked on that, and we're in talks to have that possibly be shown here. Yes. Yep.
Oh, well, I'll be honored to come up.
So you've wrapped shooting on that. Is that out?
It's not out yet. It's going to festivals. Just won I believe it was featured in a festival one in, I think it's Sweden. So it's an international movie. It's coming out, I believe, in April in theaters. So it's a tremendous movie. It really is well done. Cotter Smith is the star, and I get to sit next to him and play a lawyer. I don't really my lines aren't. I do face expressions. That's my thing. I can't remember lines. I just do face expressions.
So would be.
It's about Titanic.
You actually would be good if you were in silent movies, huh?
I would be the best silent movie guy. I just missed that era. Really, it's too bad. I've been right there with Chaplin or whatever.
If we end up having a premiere here, Jim, will you come out and wave to the crowd for the premiere of that film here?
I'd be honored. Absolutely. Any chance you get to come back to Indiana, I'll be there for sure. Be honored.
Cool. All right,
I can't wait for the 17th also to play the theater. Really can't.
Do I get a fee out of all of this or no? I'm just asking.
You get free popcorn.
I'm making all kinds of arrangements here.
You are.
Hey, Jim, when you do this show on the 17th and you come out, especially when you're coming to a place like this, and there's probably going to be one or two faces there that you recognize from back when you were going to IUP here or from, 40 years in radio. I'm sure you're going to see folks. How much fun is that for you to see those guys and gals and say to yourself, oh, yeah, that guy, and then you come up with material on the spot?
It is the coolest thing. It's funny because it's an honor when someone remembers something. We say, hey, Jimmy, remember that night we were at Wolfendale's and this happened or that happened, or someone will quote something from the morning show, a line that I did years ago. To me, it's a great honor that they listen, that they're interested, and it means a lot. It really does when someone comes up and says hello, and in the memories, they come back too. When they jar the memory, it comes back. It's a lot of fun.
I'm betting you get a few calls out from the audience too during the course of a show.
I hope so. It's going to be that kind of show, really. It's a really loose show, that my style show, and like I said, it's a lot of storytelling. It's not political. nothing like that. It's just I like to make like a party, almost like as if we were at the bar at HB Culpepper's and someone bellied up to the bar and wanted to hear some stories. That's basically what my act is.
That sounds fun. Sounds tons of fun. Veldorah, is there somebody else on the bill?
Yeah, we have an opener, Mark Eddy. So he's coming and opening for Jim Krenn. We're really excited about him coming. He's somebody, I believe, new to town and new to the Indiana Theater. So we're really excited to have him, and he'll be coming back again. So
cool.
If you like him, you can get tickets for his show then.
And Mark Eddy is one of my best friends. And that's who I stay with when I go to L.A. I stay with Mark at his place, and his lovely wife, Cindy. And he is the most unique act. You're going to have a night if you come out on the 17th. Mark Eddy is like a comedy-rock combination. He does comedy songs, parodies, and he does impressions like no one I've ever heard. He's HBO quality. Trust me. It's like having a headliner in front of me. I can't wait to hang with Mark. I hope you get to see him, especially.
Oh, yeah. Wow, Veldorah, you got quite the bill coming up.
We do. And I love the timing of this show, because if you haven't gotten your Valentine's Day presents yet, we have tickets available. They're available online. And we have paper tickets they're over at Zed's Gifts, which is right next to Tom's Pizza. You can actually get your tickets and then put them right in the card. And that can be your Valentine's Day gift this Tuesday.
Look at you go.
I like that.
Jim Krenn with Mark Eddy.
For the Valentine's show, the post-Valentine's show. We're good. I like it.
We're going to put you in Christmas cards, too, when we get to December. We've got a whole industry going here now.
Oh, yeah. We'll do holidays. We're good.
Jim Krenn, hey, thanks for being on with us this morning. I appreciate it. Veldorah, thanks to you for coming in, too. Anything else folks need to know about shows, tickets?
All our tickets are available on our website, www.theindianatheater.com. And like I said, there's paper tickets for Buffalo Rose, Jim Krenn, and Billy Price is coming up at the end of this month. All those tickets are available if you want a paper ticket. They're at Zed's Gifts, which is right next to Tom's Pizza.
Good stuff. Hey, Jimmy.
And I want to mention to your listeners, come out to the show. Please come up and say hello to me after the show. Please come and say hi. So can't wait for it. Thanks, Todd. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks. Bye.
There's Jim Krenn, Veldorah Rice. Thank you so much for the visit. This was fun, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. We're 2 minutes away from 10 o'clock. Coming up at 10, of course, it is a check of news from Fox, a really brief check of news with Josh from the WCCS newsroom. And then it's the Brian Kilmeade Show. Have yourself a fabulous Thursday. It looks gorgeous out there.